What's up, everybody? My name's Shans, and yes, you're looking at one of the craziest decks we've ever built, and I do mean this is a full-blown hop into normal standard play queue deck. This is not singleton. I mean, it is singleton, but it's not for the singleton format. It's for standard format play. So we do have a singleton style deck here, but it's because we're playing this card right here, Lutri the Spellchaser, and boy is this otter going to be chasing some spells today. So 3 mana flash for this 3/2. It's a companion, which means we get to have it in our sideboard. We can pay the 3 mana, bring it into our main hand, and then cast it if we want to. Whenever Lutri the Spellcaster enters the battlefield, if you cast it, copy target instant or sorcery spell from which you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Now, Lutri itself is mostly just fun for trying the companion thing out, if I'm being honest. You know, this is what I have the most fun in. Playing a deck where you can only play 1 copy of every single card that you play. So for instance, 1 copy of Solemn, 1 copy of Hogger, 1 copy of Extinction Event, and so on and so forth. Now, why do I call it Lutri's Ultimatum? Because we're going to be using Lutri to copy some ultimatum spells. Duh. So of the ultimatums, we actually have 4 of them. We have Genesis, we have Emergent, we have Inspired, and Eerie. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this lightly. Everything you see here to the left of the lands is the main essence of the deck. This is what I believe to be an actual very solid, very playable, manageable, winnable deck of Magic the Gathering, right? You take out all the white stuff and you play a 4-color Lutri ramp into ultimatum, that sort of shenanigans, right? Very viable. You have a lot of removal, a lot of interaction in the bottom end, and if you end up taking out all these cards, you can have a lot more counter spells, lower end creatures, removal, you know, interaction in general, you name it, right? Card draw. So that's why I say if you want to play this deck seriously, if you're looking at Lutri and you're like, yeah, that seems like a fun way to challenge myself in Magic while also playing something real, this is a very solid deck. This is a very solid deck. Now, obviously, y'all know me. I love to have fun. I love to have fun. Who doesn't love to have fun? That's a strange question. So I wanted to go all out and wanted to try for all the ultimatums, essentially, besides 1, right? So we have 4 of the ultimatums over here that we're going to be going for, and then of course, since we're going for those ultimatums and adding in the white mana, we might as well go for some other things. So we have the Emeria's Call, the Shattered Sky, the Glass Cat. Get out of here, sideboard. What are you doing? The Glass Casket and the Giant Killer. We also have Faeburrow Elder, which is one kind of nice thing from white mana, as it allows you to tap for kind of a lot of mana. So outside of that, we have a plethora of cards to go through. So I'm going to try and do this rather quickly. We have removal in the bottom end, and that's pretty much all you need to know about that. We are playing the adventure spells, so we have Edgewall Innkeeper to help draw us cards off the back of that. Gilded Goose, of course, helps us keep our mana on track. Heartless Act removal, Scorching Dragonfire removal. Elysian helps us keep our mana on track. Lotus Cobra, mana on track. Kroxa is just a 2 mana awesome card, and again, turning that around, 4 mana 6/6. Really helps us get down the Great Henge. It's great with Terror. It's just a nice 2 mana card, all in all. Stormfist allows us to draw more cards out. Really nice there. Midnight Clock ramps us a little bit while also allowing us to restock our hand if it can manage to live till that 12th hour counter. Brazen Borrow allows us to bounce stuff and it's a creature. Murderous allows us to, well, murder stuff and it's creature. Bone Crusher, murder stuff and creature. Cultivate allows us to ramp. Lovestruck Beast, it's 2 creatures in 1. It's a really good creature. Kazandu, creature/land. Lutri, we're playing 1 in the main board, 1 in the sideboard. That's pretty much all you need to know. Colothius can help you ramp, can help you stay alive. It's indestructible. It's a lot of good stuff. Skyclave Relic helps you, again, stay on track with your mana. We don't have a whole lot of these good, and I mean good, artifacts that allow you to sort of play with your mana like we did before, like Chromatic Lantern and all that kind of stuff, right? Extinction Event, Mass Board Wipe, Hogger Mauling, removal land. Solemn helps with the land issue as well. Terror, because Terror is awesome, and if you're getting all this kind of stuff down with ultimatums and whatnot, it's all the better. And then up here on the top end, we have Shark Typhoon, we got the Fiery Emancipation, Beanstalk Giant, and the Turn Timber Symbiosis. So a lot of really, really fun cards in the deck. And again, that actually works pretty well because the curve is nice and because we did, the math on the lands and all that sort of nerdy stuff. Now, I will say the deck will perform immensely better if you cut it from a 5 color down to a 4 color, but Again, y'all know me, I'm not going to say no to a challenge, and that's what Lutri is. It's the ultimate magic challenge. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you've been enjoying the videos so far. If you have, please be sure to leave a like down below. It warms my heart and soul to know that you can take 2 seconds to click on a little thumbs up button. Anyways, leave a comment if you have any comments, questions, concerns, or you just want to have a conversation. Of course, if you're new here and you're enjoying the content, you want to see more of my beautiful face, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon that pops out afterwards, as that makes me happy and makes YouTube happy, and ultimately it'll make you happy. So just do it. Anyways, we have regular videos that come out at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday through Monday. That means 7 days a week. That's right, you guessed it. And then of course Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, sorry, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have budget videos that come out. Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the members only videos, and of course you can hit the join button down below any of our YouTube videos to see what that's all about. So without further ado, let's dive right into this weird, ludicrous magic. Ginza. That makes me think of Ginslinger off of New Girl. I don't know how many people out there watch New Girl, but there's an Eerie Ultimatum in my starting hand. I like the Faeburrow. Okay, I'm keeping this because I like the Faeburrow that much, actually. Oh my good golly gosh, we can actually get down to Faeburrow relatively easily. You know, relatively easily. Lotus Cobra. Little corn on the Cobra. I'm gonna bolt this in. I'm gonna do it. Bonus, like, you really just pay 3 life for a goose? Alright, I'm assuming our opponent's playing Sultai Mutate deck, Scootate deck, something along those lines. Alright. We're gonna go for the Faeburrow because it's too juicy. It's just too juicy. How much mana do we potentially have on this next turn? 3, 5, 6? Oh, that's a lot of mana. 7 with the Fabled. Holy shiza. If it was of the right color, we could get to that Eerie. We have the amount of mana to get to the Eerie, just not the colors, right? If we had a Chromatic Orrery, things might be different. Of course, if I had a Chromatic Orrery, probably would have made a Chromatic Orrery deck by now, huh? That's why some things I play in the pre-release whenever I'm like, is this a mythic? Am I going to realistically be able to guarantee that I, have 3 or 4 of these cards actually tried out? Anyways, yeah, I mean, I'm fine with this. You keep on keeping on with your snake. With your senior snake. Okay, so how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? I think I'm gonna go for that Eerie. We're so close to it, I can almost taste it, so. That, and then we can have that, and then Goose makes enough, Now, I want to go for this. So I have 4 left over. I don't want to use Shatter, that's for sure, but I can move Lutri over if I wanted to. Move him over. Let's just go for the Clothius. Once she's down, I can now play Scorching if I want to. Alright. So, first things first, we swing in. Faeburrow has the Vigilance, so you want to make sure you're doing that. Let's tap it. Do this, take out that, and move this guy over. So, pretty mana efficient there. We ended up spending it all, getting down Clothius, removing their card, and moving our Lutri over. Heartless Act on Faeburrow. Yeah. It happens. Happens to the best of them. Another Beanstalk, they're ramping up a little bit more. This is a weird Yorion deck, because I haven't actually seen anything that Yorion would benefit. Alrighty. What is this? This is the opponent's graveyard. We could go to ours and get some mana. See, if I was to exile 1 from ours and get mana, that puts us to 5. Play land 6. Nah, let's do the opponent's graveyard. We're not quite to the point where I can use the Eerie Ultimatum as much as I want to. Not quite there. So let's do Temple of Silence. Another Lutri. No. No. I got the one that's good enough for now. We're going to try and create a food here with the goose. 5, that puts us to 6. Hey, we have that card. Yeah, look at that. Great minds think alike. We got that card too. How many cards do they have in their deck? Okay, this is a standard Yorion deck. I was going to say, if this is another one of those 130 card Yorion decks, I'm going to have a problem. So, Kogla, we choose one for them to not have, right? Choose a card, shuffle it into the opponent's library, right? So, you get the Massacre, they get the Kogla. We will go ahead and create a food here because the goose is going to die. Loosey Goosey's going to die. We're also going to go ahead and eat the food because I got the mana for it. Now, what they don't know is that I got to shatter the sky. So it was a cool ultimatum. But, oh, wow. A little backfired on the Massacre Worm Kogla combo there, huh? A little bit of a backfire. We go here. We're going to be able to hit our ultimatum soon, right? Oh, we don't have the extra green that we need, though. Oh, hey. All right, well, as long as the opponent doesn't mill me, we're good to go, right? That's double green. That's the 3 black. Oh, we only have a single white. I was counting Temple twice. What? What? Hello. Oh no. Oh wait, Clothius, right? So we can use Eerie, but any number of permanents. We only have 5 cards in our graveyard. This is only going to be a Faeburrow and a Gilded Goose. That's not good enough. From your graveyard, we need more things in our graveyard. I don't care if we got to start just putting stuff down just for the sake of putting stuff down. So let's exile stuff from their graveyard. It will at least keep us a little healthy, right? And hey, I mean, we do have Blood Chief's Thirst, so we can take out their Gargaroth. Oh no, because it has hexproof. We can actually use Lutri and kick this Blood Chief's Thirst, but we don't have anything to like do off the back of it, you know. Anyways, I digress. We'll take out the Elder Gargaroth. We'll save the Lutri because it does have flash, so we can always cast during their turn if we want to be a little flashy. You get it? The jokes. So, you know, I take it back. We have seen one thing that interacts with the Yorion. 2 things, I guess, if you count Kogla, which is barely. But the Massacre Worm, right? Massacre Worm. I guess I could have used Lutri there, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We'll use it here. They have counter magic? Or are they just debating on whether or not they want to remove it? Again, I'm not going to go for the ultimatum here. I'm gonna get down the beanstalk if they let me. Neutralize. Okay, that's fine. Right, because it goes into graveyard. I'm using. No. GG. It was close. It was close. Anyways, Bamsty. Bamsty? I like that. I like that a lot, actually. The opponent gets to go first. We'll keep this. If we can get to the Solemn, we can ramp ourselves a little bit. We've seen an ultimatum almost every single game in our starting hand, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Again, as I explained to the people here on the live stream, people on YouTube, you know, I went a little off the deep end. I'm sure I explained this in the deck tag breakdown, but you know, there is definitely a more efficient version of this deck that I think would perform actually pretty well. Sorry, I was thinking, do I want to grab red mana with the Fabled Passage? But if I grab green and hit the Goose, as long as Goose can live, we can get down Stormfist, and I think from there, it might be fun. But, you know, as with a lot of my decks, I have a lot of fun elements that I personally enjoy and want to see played. Oh, excuse me. So, you know, don't judge the deck too harshly based off my own preferences, so to speak, right? Adding in 4 ultimatums, probably not what your deck needs. 2 ultimatums and a Lutri. Yeah, you could probably still have a similar effect and be going for a very similar thing, right? Anyways, Temple of Silence, get our scry on. Clothius. Clothius is an interesting one, but there's not any cards in any graveyard as of yet. Of course, we'll use Fabled, and there's one, and that is additional mana. I'm gonna draw this next turn. I think I still would rather just see like an actual land. So, anyways, we're gonna go for the Goose, and again, if it can live, we can get down Stormfist, or you know, if we hit untapped land, we could even hit the Solemn, which would be kind of nice. I think Giant Killer goes. I guess it really depends, right? If we end up using the one side of it, there's a Croxala. I feel like they have removal, so I feel like I'm gonna put down the Stormfist and they're just gonna remove it. I think I still want to go for it. It's risky, sure, but worth the risk? Yeah. So we can hit lands after this, set ourselves up in a good position. Opponent seems sort of Golgari. If I had a guess about it, I'd say Golgari, either Adventurer counters maybe. And again, it could still be like Sultai or Abzan. You don't see too much Jund in Standard nowadays, so I doubt that one. Cultivate. Well, we're gonna figure out here. We're gonna figure it out here. Okay, it's Sultai. It is be Sultai. Probably gonna grab red mana with the Fabled. That's all they got on their turn, yeah. Hopefully we can hit some untapped land here. Nope, untapped land? Nope. But it is a Clothius, which does allow us to gain mana, so we'll get down the Clothius. It can get us to our Solemn come next turn if we exile the Fabled Passage, which, you know, I don't see why we wouldn't. Don't see why we wouldn't. Scoot Swarm. We'll Scooterino. So what? Sultai, Scoot. Alrighty. We gotta work quick. Unfortunately, our Scorching doesn't deal enough damage to deal with the Migratory, and Giant Killer is just too low to deal with it, so it's really a unfortunate turn of events there. Alright, so we have white, green. The only thing we don't have access to is blue, and we're gonna have blue there. So if I get green, we'll just need one more green source, and realistically I can get that from the Goose. So let's do that. And then blue here. Genesis Ultimatum as well, huh? I feel like one ultimatum's good enough. One ultimatum at a time. Some board wipe would be good for us. If I see board wipe, I'll be oh so very happy. I I guess we'd want it to be Extinction Event. Shadowed Sky would be better, but we don't have the proper mana for it. Though we do have the Goose. So we'll see. Cultivate's certainly not good for us. They're going to create a crap ton of stuff. This is certainly nothing new here. Something we've all seen before. Sea Dasher. Okay. And again, we're looking for the Shatter. Everything they do in this turn doesn't really matter. Like this is their build phase. We got one turn to find the Shatter and the land we need, so we'll block with Solemn here. We got to keep Stormfist alive. So yeah, definitely block with Solemn. They're not swinging in at all. Smart move for sure. Hey, Extinction Event of all the things to see. All the things to see. So these are all even. I think we'd rather get rid of all the even. Yeah. So then what we do is I wish I had Lutri already over here. Still a ways away though, so anyways, take this, take that. Brazen. Not quite good enough, Brazen, not quite. Alright, so we did manage to find ourselves a little bit more time here. Fabled Passage puts us to 7 mana. I think I want that. The mountain keeps us from actually using Emergent Ultimatum. We're gonna take 14. We're gonna take more than 14 points of damage here. Take 15. Potentially more. We'll see. Again, I probably should have bottomed that Fabled, honestly. But even if I had, like, we would need to see white mana. Do I have an ability to win this game? God, I feel like that basic mountain is just kind of screwing us. Alright, let's see. And I don't have any lands that I could exile to gain 4 mana. No. Just more life. Holla holla, get Bala. So I should have bottomed that Fabled. I think that's a GG. GG! You got it with the Sultai Scutate. Scutai Torino. I'm telling you, we have an ultimatum every game. Suzuna? We'll keep. We'll probably just beeline for that Gilded Goose. Or tell you what, why don't we go for the Triumph first? Sets us up pretty well for everything else. Heartless and the Bone Crusher. Nothing but ultimatums here, baby. Nothing but ultimatums. It's funny because we actually only have one copy. So all these times that you're like, man, Chance, you keep drawing that Emergent Ultimatum. It's the same one. It's the same one every game. 60 cards, 1 in 60 chance, and we see it every single game. Not the Cultivates, not the Lotus Cobras, not the Ramp, not the... Actually, we can go and kick it back to my turn. Faeburrow. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. Let's grab some green mana here, and we'll be able to get down the Faeburrow. Opponent's got like a mono white Yorion list going on here, and I'm kind of interested in it. Obviously, I'll greatly lose my interest if they start removing my Faeburrow. That's a quick way to get on my bad side. Quick way to the bad side. So I want to get down Bone Crusher because obviously it adds to the presence of the board. If you use Beanstalk, get down. Okay, so we have black or 2 red, 1 white, 2 white. I think I go here, blue. If I tap you, it taps for 2, leaves me with 4, which is enough to play that and that. All right, I mean that's a pretty good. You know, auto tapper. You know, it's a fucking thing, huh? It's a fucking thing. I was gonna play my goose there as well, but nope. Nah, I guess we're all good without the goose. And again, why would we go for this over the goose? All right, so I do want to move Lutri over. Why? There we go. I figured out how to do it. I think I grab green here. Oh man, I didn't even think about it, but a board wipe would be so incredibly horrific right now. By the way, what is this? Enters the battlefield if you cast a copy target you control. So you would cast a spell and then cast this. That's so unfortunate. See, because if it was this enters the battlefield and then you can copy the spell thereafter, then we could play this. Faeburrow could tap for an additional point of mana, right? For an additional blue mana. Yeah, I mean, surprise, surprise! It's a Shatter the Sky, and we've drawn 3 ultimatums. We have 4 in the deck. We've drawn 3. It's a feat I'm not necessarily proud of, but, you know, we accomplished it nonetheless. Oh, it feels like Magic RNG is... I can't even get out my words. Oh, I was gonna say it feels like Magic RNG is a little against us at night. Am I right? Oh man, that was a fun one. We still can't cast any goddamn ultimatums. What's a man gotta do to cast an ultimatum or two? Oh my fuck. Oh, now they cost more mana. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Still can't get over it. That was some top tier plays there, Suzuno. Suzerino. Fucking jokester. Fucking jokester. Go, Lutri, go. I'm playing this Triumph. Eventually, one of these lands we play is just going to kick online all of these ultimatums. I hope y'all know that. It won't be next turn because obviously their ECD is just going to continue to do its thing. But maybe following that. Maybe following that. Whew. Okay. Resolve? Yep. I mean, as long as you don't whip out a Yugen, like, we're all good. You know, I can keep sitting here playing, going back and forth. So what? You hit 2 board wipes and an ECD all in a row. Yes. Life happens. You move on. You carry yourself with your head held high. Fabled passage. See what I did there? Oh, your head held. Anyways. Get him, Lutri. You fuck him up, you little otter. And you otter not let him out of your sight. Get it? Anyways, I'm super happy that Yorion ECD doesn't equal infinite triggers. Yeah, I never thought about that until right now. But how horrific would it be if Yorion could enter the battlefield before ECD leaves the battlefield and bounce it before it sacrifices itself? My God, talk about a nightmare. So yeah, back to my turn. Still no, still. You know what could help this ultimatum problem? If I could find a Cobra, Cobraskian, Uno, Cobrasco. That's fun. That's fun. I don't need to use my ultimatums. I like having them in the deck just to have them. Just to have them there. It's actually a little hilarious the fact that we are able to do so much work with such a wide range of cards. And I will say on the bright side, since we've hit so many lands and since we've hit so many ultimatums, the only other playables, we got a jokester. We got a jokester on our hands, ladies and gents. Got a jokester. The only other playables we should have in our deck is like realistic playables, right? Like actual things that we can play down. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. I could go for the Lutri. I don't wanna. Another land means we're oh so ever close to casting one of the. Yeah. I'll take the Great Henge. Hell yeah. How many mana? How many manas? How many manas do we have? How much mana do I have? 5, 10, 11. So if I play Great Henge, we'll only have 2 mana left over. We'll probably still cast it. Let's see. Opponents are just sort of playing a fun deck too. You know, they're just drawing casually, getting down big lands. Again, as long as I don't see a Yugen, You know, yeah, you play all the artifact stuff with Forsaken Monument you want. I'm all down. Hell, I wish I had the card. I would be all up in that non-colored magic. I don't know. Monochromatic. What is a mono artifact deck colored? Like called? But is it colorless? Is it just a colorless deck? I'm having to ramble here because Susanoo. They're taking so long. How many Maze Monsoons do you have? As many as Shadow the Skies, apparently, huh? Y'all see what I did there? Because they got a fuck ton of Shadow the Skies. It's like all they can ever draw. Okay. Lutri, go! I have no freaking fracking idea of the combination of lands that we require in order to cast one of these ultimatums. Like, I'm sure somebody in the comments is like, oh, damn, you just need one of these. You just need an island. It's so simple. And I'm sure we do just need an island. By the way, I think one single blue mana is all we're missing, which means a Cobra plus a land, or a Cultivate, or a blue source of mana. Any of these things would really work well for us. We got several triomes in the deck that could potentially give it to us. We got pathways, we got temples. Three Shadow the Skies. Is that 2 ECDs? 3 Shadow the Skies, 2 ECDs. I just want to know how you do it. I just want to know how you do it. How do you get that good at top decking, right? Like, how? I get the Maze Mines help, right? Having 3 Maze Mines, I guess, being able to scry 3 times every turn certainly does help. Skyclave. Yeah, because that Lutri was really posing a threat. Gotta lock that otter down, causing too much mischief. Now it's really more so if this creature can freaking live, if it can live. The Ilysian Caryatid. Oh my goodness. We have enough mana to pay the extra too. You know, I'm not worried about that. It's a matter of the Caryatid living La Vida Loca. So we could deal 5, heal 5, draw 5. It's a thought. Take out Skyclave, maybe put something back. Yeah, see, I knew we were going to be able to. We'd also cast down an Amiria's Call. Hard cast it. I mean, that realistically is probably what we should do. But we're right here on the ultimatum. We're on the verge of the ultimatum. So I find it hard for me to say no. Let's do it. We didn't come this far to not use an ultimatum. Are you crazy? You're the crazy one. I'm not the crazy one. Wait, I changed my mind. I have a timeout, don't I? I do. Ha ha ha! Now no matter what, I get board wipage. Alrighty. So we can either board wipe them or we can exile. What is this? Even, odd, even, even. Now, the bad thing is it means we can't cast our ultimatum again. That's okay. Oh, man. Did I mess something up there, by the way? Like, I feel like I had to end up paying for the cost. Did I? What happened to my spell? You may cast the other cards without paying their mana cost. I don't know. I don't know how this wacky stuff works. So they bounce the ECD back into their hand. Can I like actually cast as like hard cast as I can? Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Why not? We need blue mana, not white, so. Sure. Sure. I don't know who's going to win this game. Like, is it going to come down to one of those self-millage games? Honestly, if I could hit some blue, that would be kind of cool. Be a cool one. Be a cool one. I guess I shouldn't hit. Well, if I didn't hit 2 board wipes there, they would have for sure chose the board wipe to wipe, right? That Emergent Ultimatum was an interesting focal point, we'll say, for this game, right? Certainly something to analyze as far as mistakes made and that kind of stuff goes, right? Anyways, Crawling Barrens is crawling with counters. I can't believe we've gone this far through our deck, 30 cards, and we still only have 1 blue source. Given the amount that I know we have in the deck, that's it's just insane, right? We had the Caryatid, which is access to more, you know, variations. We have Cultivate somewhere in the deck. Not that Cultivate would help us now because we have the other island. I suppose maybe we should play more basics, right? We should focus more on triomes, temples, and basics. The pathways are nice in general decks, but I feel like in decks that call on multiple colored cards, such as this one, it's better to have temples and triomes. So we gotta block that 12/12, otherwise it's Death City. Glass casket. That's what I need. That's almost precisely what I need to stay in the game here. So what are we hoping to see? We're hoping to see some blue mana. Even if we do, though, like, yeah, chances are slim. We're gonna call it Suzuna, whatever. You got me with the 3 shatters and the 2 ECDs off the bat. You know, I think that's what really hurt us there.